Just because our child is struggling with anxiety or OCD doesn't mean that we don't set boundaries. In fact, when we don't set boundaries, we're setting them up for failure in the future. What do I mean? Well, when our kids are having a hard time and we allow them to have really big, difficult behavior or talk to us in ways that are incredibly disrespectful or hostile or inappropriate, and we don't say anything, and that goes on for a long time, we could be setting up a pattern of it's okay for you to vomit all your anger and hostility and take it out on people when you're having a hard time because you're having a hard time. And I don't want my child or my children to think that it's ever okay to treat people poorly just because they're struggling with anxiety or OCD. Now, that doesn't mean that I get to control their behavior, but what it does mean is I can compassionately reflect and set a boundary when they're overstepping. For example, I can say something like, I am so sorry that you're struggling. I can tell that you're having a really hard time. And it's not okay to talk to me like that when you're struggling. Just putting that, it's not okay for you to talk to me like that even though you're struggling. Or I would never talk to you like that even if I was struggling. Just that little seed of what's happening right now is not okay is a boundary. It doesn't mean that I think they're going to stop. It doesn't mean that I'm going to get an apology. It doesn't mean that I'm going to get a high five and say, thank you for setting that boundary. In fact, I might get a little bit more pushback. I might get a little bit more anger, but I'm letting my child know that it will not be okay to talk to their partner or spouse like that, even if they're struggling with anxiety or OCD. That it will not be okay to talk to a teacher like that, even if they're struggling with anxiety or OCD. And it won't be okay to talk to a boss like that, even if they're struggling with anxiety and OCD. The rest of the world won't accommodate that. And so it's my job to plant a seed lovingly and compassionately to let them know, I know you're having a hard time, but it's not okay to talk to me like that. I would never talk to you like that. And then circle back when things are calm to talk about, I know that was really rough. What are some other ways that you can communicate that without yelling at me or cursing at me or whatever they did? I do have a whole course on how to handle difficult behavior, and I have a workshop, a free workshop that you can check out that talks about how to handle difficult behavior caused by anxiety and OCD. Check it out, register for free at natashadaniels.com/difficult behavior.